What's up everybody, this is Vanquish X and today I'm bringing you guys my review of Doctor Strange. Now I don't know much about Doctor Strange. My first introduction to the character would have been that late 90s Spider-Man show and that animated movie from a few years ago, which I like. I thought it was pretty good, it was a good watch. And so in this movie will kind of just be a do-over, a redo of what I've seen in that movie, as a lot of similar beats will happen with the origin story and all that, but this film will obviously add different elements that I've never seen before and see what Doctor Strange can actually do. So the story of Doctor Strange is that Dr. Stephen Strange is one of the best surgeons out there, he's better than anybody, but he's full of himself, he's kind of a douche about it and a dick. He's like, oh, I'm better than you, haha. He uses it as his ego and he's a bit douchey about it, but then he's involved in an accident which just completely wrecks his hands. His hands shake constantly as his nerves are completely shot and they're wrecked, and he can't take that. He kind of goes into a downward spiral of depression, he's angry, he can't take it, he can't be what he is, he can't be what he's good at anymore. And he gets surgery after surgery to try and fix it, and when Western medicine fails him, he goes east, as far east as you can get, and comes across the Ancient One, and then he's plunged into a world of mystic arts, magic, a war between, you know, light and dark sides of mystic arts and all that, just fight each other. So he's kind of flung into that and then slowly becomes Doctor Strange that you know and love from the comics, well, people who know him a lot more than me. And the best thing for this film by far for me is the effects. The film is a total trippy mindfuck. I don't know how they did half of it, but most of the film you're just like, how is this happening? It's just, I don't know how they've done it. I don't know how they ever thought of all this stuff, but it's completely trippy and mindfucky. If you think of like the Matrix and Inception, like Inception mostly, you see like buildings fall into each other, go in and out like a book. People are just walking around normally, not seeing this, it just feels normal to them, but they've like cut off the city, so when they're fighting it's like flowing in front of each other. They're fighting on the walls and the ceilings, so that's kind of a Matrix comparison, but they're like kicking parts off of buildings to make like walkways and just turning buildings upside down, inside out. It's really trippy, and when you see them seeing other dimensions and just a ton of weird crap, it is kind of just a spectacle for your eyes. It's just, how did they come up with all this? I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I would say go see it in 3D. I didn't because I couldn't be arsed paying extra, but I've heard nothing but great things about it, and it looks like and hears like it'll just up the ante, just up the effects of it, just up the bloody feel of it, because I was just in awe half the time, and even at the end it got a bit much. My eyes were just but it's just because I just couldn't really take in what I was seeing. It's just unbelievable what they did, but it works for the character well with the different dimensions and the magic they can do, and it's a complete mindfuck. I think if you watched it high, it'd be one of the trippiest things you've ever seen. It's just a great way to portray the character and the world he's in. It's just, they did a fantastic job of that. That's by far the best part of the film for me, the effects, and none of it looked fake. It all looked really good. And then there's that cast. I don't know how they got half of those people in it. There's so many big names in this film. Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange is perfect. Even when they were casting the movie, I was saying, get Viggo Mortensen, he'll do great. But after seeing Benedict Cumberbatch, he is perfect at his character. He just did a fantastic job. The way he portrays him in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, where he's kind of just going through in the way of, you know, what's happened. He portrays the douchey nature and the full of himself nature really well. And when he starts going into a downward spiral after the accident, he just portrays that excellently and just makes you feel fully for him and just brings the performance across perfectly. He's just amazing in this movie. And when he starts to see the stuff, not believing it, throwing it out, no, this isn't real, and then becoming the hero at the end he was meant to be, it's just great to see. He just knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. And then there's Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordor. He's not Baron Mordor yet, and there's little hints in here and there that he might be a bad guy in the future and turning into that character that we know he is. But he did a great job as well. They all do great. He's a really good counterpart to Strange. He's a really good opposite to him, because Strange doesn't believe this. He's thrown it all away, saying that none of this can be real. But Mordor has given his life to it. He's fully involved in it, uses it to protect the world and all this kind of stuff. So he's fully invested and it kind of runs his life. So when he's there as kind of mentor, slapping him around and all that, getting him involved in all this stuff, it's just a really good counterpart and a perfect opposite in the film. It just worked perfectly and kind of just heightened the relationship between these two. You've got Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One who knocks it out of the park. It's Tilda Swinton, you know she's going to do a great performance. But I would have liked the Ancient One to be what he is in the comics. He's an old Asian dude. I know it's kind of stereotypical and would get a lot of smack about it and all that, but I would prefer if they kept him like that. But the way they took the character and the version they have in this film is portrayed really well by her, and the way she just kind of smacks him around, like it's not all about you, and trains him and just kind of makes him a better person throughout the film. She portrayed that really well. Tilda Swinton did a great job. And even Rachel McAdams, an actress I don't really like. Most roles I see her in, I don't like her. I don't know what it is about her, but even she did well in this film. She kind of turned me around on her, and she's great as Doctor Strange's anchor to the human world, where he's off getting flung into this mystic land of other dimensions, dark dimensions, a light and dark war and stuff. She's his perfect little anchor. She like pulls him back to remind him, hey, you're human, don't just kind of get stuck in here and forget who you are or where you came from. And that worked really well in this film, and he even has to go back to her for help throughout the film, which is a great little showing of, you know, what her character is. She's just there for him. She's his human anchor. It will pull him back all the time. It did a really good job, and what she does in the film just helps him along, helps him realise what he's meant to be. She just did a really good job there. Now, the plot of the film is kind of where some of the problems lie. It's not really big problems or anything like that, and the kind of problem with the plot is the pacing. It's kind of rushed at the beginning. It feels like they're just trying their best and hardest to get you to him being the guy with the awesome cape and the powers as fast as they can, just to get there, show him being cool and all that stuff, which is kind of a shame, as I feel like they should have given more time. That's what I think's missing. It feels like there's maybe like half an hour or something missing. Maybe more time should have been given to him when he was training, to see what he's going through, what the training is actually like, because the film kind of glosses over that quite quickly, and there's a few scenes of it. It feels like some more time could have been given to him getting trained, practicing, learning all this stuff, which is what I think the animated film does better, because that film was a big chunk of him getting trained in the ancient war and learning about all this stuff, and the film kind of glosses over it a bit, and I think that would have helped it. Maybe it should have just been like an extra half an hour long. It did feel short, so I think it's probably what was missing. It might have helped the pacing, instead of it feeling a bit clunky and rushy at the beginning, just to get you to him being the sorcerer that he's meant to be, which kind of felt a bit bad about. I wish they did that. Wish they kept a bit more time was needed. That was it. It needed like half an hour more. Just shove it into the training elements. I think that would have been cool. Just some more training segments would have just helped this film along. Another problem is the villain. This film does not fix the Marvel villain problem, but he does work for this film. They do work for the film. It's a good origin story villain kind of idea. Instead of flinging them up against like Mephisto or something, that would have been a bit too big for a first outing with Strange just getting used to all this stuff. But he does work from the film, but he is still a bit disappointing. You have Mads Mikkelsen, you should give him like a big old meaty role for him to dig his teeth into and just portray brilliantly. He does portray him well, as Mads Mikkelsen's one of the best actors out there who's always going to do that, but I feel like I could have just brought him out more, give him more time, give him more depth to make him feel more intimidating and all that, because he's kind of just there to have fight scenes with him and his cronies against Doctor Strange and his people to show off the fighting style and the effects and the cool magic things. That's kind of what they all feel like they're just there for, but they are setting up things for the future of this franchise. The Doctor Strange stuff, they're talking about different dimensions, the dark dimension and all that stuff. And just what they're talking about, you understand why they're there and what they're doing, but I just feel like more could have been given to him. And it's Mads Mikkelsen, they should have given more. He deserves a better role, as he's one of the best actors around right now. He is amazing. He did still do a great job here, even though his character could have had more depth and just more development to get him out there a bit more. Doesn't fix the problem, but he's in no means the shittest villain Marvel has had, but he could have been much better, and just a much better and developed villain for Strange throughout this film. And that's really all I can say about it. It was a fun and entertaining time. I was enthralled. I was drawn into the movie with the world they were talking about, what they were showing us with the effects, the mind-bendiness, the fuckiness, the trippiness, and just all the stuff they were showing, and all of that made it one of the most unique and different Marvel films, which is a good thing. It's good to show us something new and different in this world, which, you know, is getting a lot of new heroes and bigger as time goes on. It was still a fun film. It was fun and brought you in, and just the stuff they were showing you was really cool and new to this world, which is a good thing. But I still think it could have been a lot better. There's a lot more stuff they could have done. I think it was timing. I think it needed another half an hour. You know, shove it in the training segments, like I said, and just kind of make it stop feeling like they were rushing to get you to him being Doctor Strange, to being the cape wielding awesome floaty guy with all the powers. I feel like maybe an extra half an hour would just help that along. And the villain doesn't stop the villain problem, but he does work for this film. He works for the origin story. He's a good little first little taster for Strange to see what he's up against, you know, on the fighting style and the magic and how they fight and all that. But they do work for the film, and they feel like they're just set up for stuff in the future, if say it's a sequel or in other Marvel films or whatever. They work with the film, but I feel like they could have done a lot better, developed them a lot more, developed Mads Mikkelsen a lot more, who's like the big main guy. Could have developed him a lot more, just made him a better villain. But overall, I did enjoy the film. I think it could have been better. It's not nowhere near their worst film, but to me, it's not their best one either. But I would say go give it a chance, go see it, see what you think. Who knows, it might be your new favourite Marvel film, or you might hate it. I don't know. You know, it's the good thing about film. It's all subjective. But to me, I'm going to give this film give it a bash. It was good. It was fun. I'll definitely watch it again. But I think it could have been a lot better, and I could have did stuff differently. You know, stop feeling like it was rushed. Give it more time. Get a better villain so your villain problem can stop at least, because that needs to get handled. But I would say go see it. it's enjoyable, you'll like it. The stuff you show you is kind of unbelievable with the effects and all, and I don't know how they did half of it, but to me, it could have been better. But I will go see it again. I'm definitely going to buy it on Blu-ray. I'm excited to see him in further films. I can't wait to see what he does in Infinity War, and just what his sequels will bring, what villains he'll fight, what else it's going to bring to this world, and I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, Doctor Strange gets a Gita bash, and that's going to be it from me, guys. So if you liked the review, rock out on that like button, leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts on Doctor Strange. If you've seen the film, how you feel about it. Is it your new favourite Marvel film? Is it your least favourite? Is it bad? Is it shit? You know, whatever you feel like, just type it down below and tell me what you think about the film and all that kind of stuff. And also, don't forget to subscribe, as it does really help me out, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.